Alright, here we go. There's something calming about the way this bike just takes off. No loud rev of an engine, no hesitation, just pure quiet acceleration. It's almost like I'm gliding. It's strange how fast the city blurs behind you when you're riding this thing. It's funny, every time I ride, I'm reminded how different it feels to be on an electric bike. The immediate torque is such a contrast to the sputtering start of a traditional gas engine. And in this moment, I realized that this isn't just a vehicle for getting from point A to point B. It's a way of rethinking movement in the world. It's like the future is happening now. The simplicity of it all, the lack of noise, the instant power, it makes me question everything we thought we knew about transportation. Could this be the kind of future we've always dreamed of? As I make my way down the sidewalk, I realize something profound about the way the city is structured. People rushing by, completely absorbed in their own worlds. I'm just one small piece of the spiraling puzzle, quietly moving through it. And yet here's the thing. This city, with its noise, its chaos, its hurried pace, somehow becomes a bit more alive when you approach it with intention. There's something about moving at a slower pace, where you're not rushing to get from one place to another, but rather you're present with each moment. I can hear the rustle of leaves from nearby trees, the murmur of distant conversations, the sounds of city life melding with my own experience. It makes me wonder, what would happen if we all slowed down, just for a moment? Would we see the city differently? But enough of the philosophy for a second. Let's talk about how this bike handles. The thing I love about it is how effortlessly it moves through the streets. It's not just about speed or power. It's the way it allows me to maneuver through tight spots without even thinking twice. I can dodge pedestrians, ride over small curbs, or slip through narrow gaps without breaking a sweat. It's like the bike is an extension of myself. I don't have to fight against it. We move together. There's a quiet dance between me and this machine. It's in sync and it feels natural. I suppose in a way, that's the beauty of electric bikes. They remove the complexity, the noise, the friction. They just make it about the experience. It makes me think, how many aspects of our lives are still complicated by unnecessary friction? How much smoother could our lives be if we embraced more of the simplicity? One thing I've noticed while riding on the sidewalk is how people react to me. It's almost as if they don't quite know what to expect. Most people don't hear the engine coming, so when I glide past them, it's like I'm a ghost, just silently weaving through the world. The expressions on their faces are a mix of surprise and curiosity. I can't help but smile to myself, because in a way, it feels like I'm part of something bigger, something new. Technology is moving so fast, and sometimes it feels like we're all just trying to catch up. Maybe that's why a lot of people look at me like they're seeing something futuristic, something they can't quite understand yet. But that's also why I make sure to stay aware. I give people space. I don't want to disrupt their flow. After all, this city belongs to all of us. It's about sharing the space, not taking it over. But beyond just the convenience, there's something bigger going on here. Think about it. This bike doesn't just get me from place to place. It's a small piece of a larger movement, a movement toward a cleaner, quieter, more sustainable world. Every time I ride, I'm reminded of that. There's no gasoline burning, no fumes filling the air, just clean, quiet energy. We talk a lot about sustainability these days. We hear about climate change, pollution, the need for cleaner alternatives. But it's not just about policy change, it's about changing how we live, how we think about the world around us. This bike, this quiet, efficient mode of transportation, feels. Imagine a world where every ride, every journey is this clean, disconnected. Now, as I roll through the park area, I slow down. I have to take a moment and just look around. There's something about being in the middle of the city, but surrounded by nature, green trees, the soft rustling of leaves, the birds that dart between branches. These moments of serenity are like the heartbeats of a city. They remind me that no matter how fast everything moves, we can always find stillness if we look hard enough. It's almost like the world is offering us these moments of peace, asking us to slow down and appreciate the beauty in the small things. Now, as I roll through the park area, I slow down. I have to take a moment and just look around. There's something about being in the middle of the city, but surrounded by nature, green trees, the soft rustling of leaves, the birds that dart between branches. These moments of serenity are like the heartbeats of a city. They remind me that no matter how fast everything moves, we can always find stillness if we look hard enough. It's almost like the world is offering us these moments of peace, asking us to slow down and appreciate the beauty in the small things. On a bike like this, you really get to experience both sides of the city, the chaotic energy and the calm spaces in between. It's a balance, and I think that's what makes the ride so enjoyable. Of course, riding on the sidewalk isn't without its challenges. It's a delicate balance between enjoying the ride and staying aware of my surroundings. There's always the chance of something stepping out in front of me, or a dog darting between my wheels. And while the bike is incredibly responsive, I have to be just as responsive too. It's funny, life's a lot like this ride. You can't just rush through it. You've got to be aware, be prepared for anything that comes your way. It's all about keeping your balance, your focus, and in moments of uncertainty, it's about knowing when to slow down, breathe, inhale, exhale, and just be present. Namaste. When I think back on this ride, it's more than just a fun trip through the city. It's a moment of connection, both with the world around me and with the future we're shaping. Every time I get on this bike, I'm reminded that change is happening. Whether we see it or not, we're moving toward a world that's quieter, more connected, more sustainable. And maybe, just maybe, this small change in how we travel could be the beginning of something much larger. What happens when we all start embracing this new way of moving? Thanks for riding along with me today. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, take care and keep riding toward the future, quietly but meaningfully.